Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Satrio Saputra. The student ID is 2025-32050 from Class C. Today, in this video, I will explain my practicum report, discover correlation and regression analysis, as well as hypothesis testing using three different tools: Excel, IBM SPSS, and RStudio. Let's start with part 1. Correlation and regression analysis. The dataset I use is related to a smartphone using behavior, including IP usage time, screen on time, battery drain, number of apps installed, data usage, and the user age. For question number 1, I perform a simple linear regression to test whether are significantly affected of the number of apps installed. As you can see in Excel, the square value is very low, only about 0.03%, and the significant value is 0.81, which is far above 0.05. This meaning it does not have a significant effect on the number of installed apps. Verify this result using SPSS. As you can see, SPSS produces the exact same number as actual, confirming the consistency of the analysis. I also ran the same regression model in RStudio using the Laporan function. The output confirmed the same coefficient and p-value. I also created a scatter plot, which visually showed that the data points are scattered randomly with it following the regression line, supporting our conclusion that there is no significant relationship. Okay, next. Number 2, the R square head is much higher, are 90.8%, and all their variables are statistically significant. Yes, significant. And I also generated the plot. Yes, it's very significant. Number 2, I also generated the plot in the RStudio to check the regression assumption, the residuals versus fitted plot. So fairly even spread, and the cleanly plot generally follow the diagonal line, indicating the model reasonably satisfy the assumption of linear regression. For question 3, I using the regression model to predict data. Yes. Use it for a user with 100 minutes of app usage time, 50 installed apps, and 3 hours of screen on time. The predicted result is approximately 544 megabits per day. Yes. For question number 4 and 5, I tested the person correlation. Question 4 saw a very strong positive correlation. Yes, positive correlation. between the number of apps installed and data usage confirmed consistently across Excel, SPSS, and RStudio, and clearly visible in the scatter plot with the points closely following the regression line. As event, however, saw a very big correlation of negative 0 to 0 between age and app usage time, which is not statistically significant. The scatter plot is, I will show you in the correlation number 4, yeah, it can be positive, negative, yes. I can show the scatter plot number 4. Yes. Number 5. Yes. Scatter plot has a random pattern with no clear trend, yeah, no clear trend. Then number 4, scatter plot, yeah, where the point closely follow the regression line. Okay. Now let's move to part 2, hypothesis testing using a different dataset. Okay. Hypothesis, yes. For the question 1, I tested whether the average weekly transportation expense of ITPLN students is greater than the national average in 75,000 rupiah using one sample t-test with a one-tailed hypothesis. Okay, for the example, uh, okay, results. So I mean 22, 96, yes, 7, yes, rupiah, which is actually lower than the national average with a p-value of 0.647, which is far above 0.05. Therefore, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. There is no significant evidence that the balanced students spend more than the national average. Okay, next, number 2. Number 2. Number 2. For the question 2 is I tested whether there was a significant change in student understanding before or after a 2-day active learning training using a prior sample to test. The results saw a p-value of 0.704. Yes, 0.704 for this means that we failed to reject the null hypothesis. There is no statistically significant difference between the pre-test and post-test score. Even took a different score implicitly. We can see in the RStudio number 2, we can see the field is 0.70441, and we can see the block plot. Yes, block plot is same. In conclusion, across the part of the practicum, these results from the Excel, SPSS, and RStudio were consistently identical. This confirms the validity of the analysis. This concludes my explanation. Thank you for watching. I Triandi Kesaputra, NIM 2025-3050. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.